Hello family, my name is Chris, I am your home gamer dad, and I am here with my oldest in order to bring you guys a special unboxing of the newest Transformers expansion for the deck building game, War on Cybertron. And I know you're very excited to open this thing up, right? So it took a little while for this guy to get here because there's a promo pack inside that kind of did a bit of a delay, but thank you Renegade so much for being able to get these out to everybody. I've been seeing a lot of stuff pop up online. And I already have it open. I read the bit of the rule books, but you and we're going to go through the pieces together and we're going to have some fun, right? And we're going to see if this kid can name some of these Transformers. Who do we have? Who are we playing with right now?
And Beast Wars.
Grimlock, Sharky, and Beast Wars. Close enough. You ready to open this? So we got the little promo pack right here that we're going to go ahead and open up a little bit later. There's a lot of things I want to point out right now with the rule book. There's some new stuff in this that's very important for solo and cooperative rules. I didn't open up anything else, but like I said, I did read the rule book just to kind of check that out. You want to start punching those out, buddy? Yeah. So you just kind of pop them and just go pop, 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 open, 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 open. How's that sound?
No, not Sharky do it.
All right, Sharky can do it, no problem. Doing a pretty good job. All right, so we're going to play a little game here called Who Is That Transformer? Of course, you out there already know who these are. You're going to be able to see, but I'm going to test my oldest ability to see who he knows. And then, my friend, once you see who they are, can you match them with their standee figure? So we're going to say who they are, and we're going to put this on which card they belong to. What do you think? Sound good?
Yeah.
You ready? Who is this? Who is this guy right here? That's Optimus. That's right. This is the second Optimus Prime card within the deck builder. I'd be wondering if you could do a two-player with using two of him on your same team. That would be insane. Block and attack against any character. That's interesting. Anywhere on the matrix, and then gain one victory point or draw two cards while on a polity under your command. That's a new type of card that's within this expansion. Command or confront +1 power for each card you control with cost +3. Oh, very cool. All right, Sharky, put him on there. Put him on. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Excellent. So there we go. That is the standee that goes with Optimus Prime. And when he transforms, you ready to see him transform? Whoa. What does he transform into?
A truck.
Big truck. That's right. When you move on to a face-up adversary, you may convert before the ambush or draw one card. Oh, that's really cool. That enables you to get back in the robot mode as fast as possible. All right, moving down the line. I don't know if you know who she is. Do you have any idea? Who does she look like?
Pink.
Pink? Yeah, she definitely looks pink, that's for sure. Okay, that's very good. I'm glad that you know that. This is Elita 1.
Elita on?
Yeah. When you buy or gain an Autobot, place it on top of your deck. Oh, that's amazing. I may actually use her just for that ability. Target Autobot you control has +2 power. Target card, wow, she's actually really good. All right, Sharky, grab that standee and send it over. There you go, good job. So she would go there and she converts into a race car. Spend 2 move, she has 3 move. Wow, draw 1 card. Oh man, she's able to flip through. Oh yeah, you absolutely need to be on my team if I'm ever gonna use you in the future. Why don't we drop down to this side? I bet you know who this is.
Megatron.
Megatron, you know where that is, right?
What is this name?
We're going to get to him in a moment. He's actually near the end, but find Megatron's standee. Let's see, when you take control of Polity, you may defeat any adversary robot in the Matrix. That's fun. Oh, there he is. Good job. Nice. Thank you, buddy. Target card you control is +1 power for each one under your control. 3 +3 power, or draw a card for a command. I guess that's if you've command one of these polities or whatever. Again, that's a new thing for this expansion. What does he transform into? Do you know what that is? That's a tank. Yeah, he transforms into a tank. That's pretty big, right? All right. First time during your battle, each of your turns, target cards. Nice. Very cool. All right. Which one do you want to look at? Which is the guy? Which is the one? Can I see? I don't have glasses. Oh, okay. So that would be this one right here. This is Slipstream. Slipstream. All right, very good. Battling adversary not in your space. Your cards with +2 range have +2 power. Wow, okay, so she's really strong at a distance. Your starter cards have +1 rage. Oh, man. Draw 1 card or return up to 2 damage you control to the deck. That is fantastic. And you know what she is? She's a jet, which absolutely means there she is. That's pretty cool, right? She's she's a better Starscream in my opinion. She, of course, has flight because she is a jet. And when you convert to bot mode, you may pay 1 move, place 1 card from your discard pile on top of your deck. Oh, that's fantastic. Which one? Let me see.
This one.
Okay, so that is actually right next down the line here. This guy is named, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Hunger.
Hunger?
Hunger. He hungers. So remember that monster that you saw on the front of the box?
Yeah.
I'll show you what he looks like. When you clear a ruin, immediately refill that space. Then you may flip the card face down, destroy 1 card in your discard pile, clear a ruin in your space. And again, the ruins, I believe, are also brand new for this. Are you ready for this? Watch him. Watch him. Ready? He's going to transform. Yeah, look at that. What do you think that is?
It is it.
That's like a 2-headed dragon monster, like dinosaur thing. What do you think? You like those types, right? You like the beast forms of Transformers. They're usually your favorite.
That's a good card dinosaur.
He is a good card dinosaur. First time you convert to alt mode this turn, you may give 1 damage you control to target character in your space. That's cool if you're doing against, because this whole thing is really more or less about team versus team. So of course Hunger is going to send his damage over to everyone else. All right, Sharky, what'd you put in your mouth this time? What do we got to rip out of you? Oh, okay. I know who that is. Where's he on the board? Why don't you show me first?
Yeah.
He's right there. Oh, that's very good. So this is Hot Rod.
Hot Rod?
Hot Rod, yeah. He actually becomes Rodimus Prime in the movie. Most people think he's that way because of, you know, crazy storytelling that didn't really need to be there because Optimus should not have been destroyed. But, you know, he comes back 1,000 times. Anyway, Hot Rod. When you battle an adversary in the same turn, it was revealed. Target card is +1 power. That's good. Always additional power. Confronting a boss is +2 power and destroy up to 2 cards in your discard pile. That's interesting with needing to destroy cards in your discard pile. I mean, it's a great way to mill out your deck, that's for sure. All right, so Hot Rod is, of course, a speedy vehicle. Discard 1 non-damage race car. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Yes, a Hot Rod. Let's see. Discard 1 non-damage card you may convert. Oh, that's cool. So you don't have to pay an Energon to convert him. While battling adversaries -1 power in the car mode because he doesn't do that much as a car. He is very fast. Super, super fast. All right. 2 more. Which one?
This.
That one? All right. So which card does he go to?
Here.
That's great.
Is his name?
His name is Barricade. He is a bad guy because these are Autobots and these are bad guys. What are the bad guys called?
Decepticons and Autobots.
That's right. Decepticons and Autobots. Very good. First time you convert to bot mode during your turn, this card in your space counts as 1... Oh, the card in your space. Oh, that's cool.
Transform.
You were going to transform, yeah. I'm just looking at his abilities because I like reading these. I know these have all been like previewed and most people have already shown most of the stuff off already, but this is kind of almost the first time for me.
He transforms a police car.
You think he transforms into a police car?
Yes.
Well, let's find out. All right, so we'll move him off. You want to flip it over? Go ahead, flip over the card. Let's see if you're right. And over. Spin it, spin it, spin it. That looks like a police car to me. What do you think?
A police car.
Yeah. Adversary characters cannot buy a card in your space. Oh boy, start of your turn, you may convert. Oh wow, he can just do it. That's pretty cool. He can just transform himself into his robot mode. All right, last one. Where does he go? Let's show off our final guy. Go ahead. All right, so this is Prowl. Prowl. He's very popular. He's been around since the beginning. When battling, each maneuver you control has +2 power. That's really good, so it boosts your maneuvers that you buy. Draw 1 card or mission, then replace it with another card in your hand or mission, so you're basically just cycling out what you have. And then gain 1 maneuver in your space. So you don't even have to buy it. You can just spend 2 Energon in order to acquire it. All right, let's flip over Prowl and see what he looks like. That's a weird futuristic style car. He looks very different when it comes to...
Police car.
He is also a police car, yeah. So you have an Autobot police car and you have a Decepticon police car, which is really cool. Pay 1 move, peek at the card in your space or the top card of your deck while battling adversaries -1 power. Very nice. So definitely after looking at all of these, as far as the Autobots go, I definitely would play as a lead of 1 and 100% as Prowl. Actually, both of these would be my top picks as far as Autobots go for this expansion. Decepticon-wise, Slipstream would be my #1 pick, probably followed by either Megatron or Barricade. Hunger is great if I'm actually doing a team versus team ability, but I would play Slipstream first. Hunger, that's right.
I know Hunger.
You do know Hunger? Wow. And then probably Barricade, because I like having the new ones on that. So there are your new Autobots that are available within the set. Yeah, Decepticons.
He's Decepticon too.
He is a Decepticon too, yes. He's a Predacon, but he's also a Decepticon in this version, so because it has a symbol on him. Let's open up the promo pack and see what other guys are in there. What do you think? Sound good? So, spoilers for anybody out there that don't want to know what's in the promo pack. I'll leave a little timestamp down below, just so you don't get spoiled by what's in this if you want to see it for yourself. Otherwise, let's see. Ooh, are you ready?
Yeah.
We have Windblade and Ramjet.
And this.
And these, yes, we have other cards as well that we're going to play. Move these over a little bit, just get a little bit more. So Orion Pax and Minor Megatron. So it's like what Optimus Prime's original name was, and then I think what Megatron was before he became Megatron, because I believe he was a slave or something along that ways, I guess depending on what continuity you go to. Let's see, Windblade here. First time you move onto a site this turn, target card has +2 power, very nice. Teleport to a site or ally in the Matrix, then draw 1 card. Moving around, very nice. Let's see, want to see her transform? Oh, look at that. She transforms into a jet. You don't get very many plane transformers, or plane Autobots. He doesn't transform. He is just as is. He doesn't transform into anything. See, he has the same back as all the other ones. Ramjet over here. Non-starter cards you control with flight have +1 power. And of course, he's a plane. He's a jet as well. He's one of Starscream's Seekers, I believe is what they are called. What's up?
When Optimus transforms.
Optimus would transform into a truck, but this is like the Cybertron version of him. So it's actually more of a...
He's not transformed.
No, that one does not transform, unfortunately. These are some pretty cool cards here within the promo pack. So there you go. I didn't quite read them all directly, but you can see always great having more robots added to the stack and then more playable characters. I would play as both of these. These are both fun. I love any type of jet that you play as because flight is a fantastic ability in order to move around the Matrix. So he's going to be playing a little bit here. What I do want to do is I don't want to go over every single card that comes with the expansion. There's so many technologies and maneuvers and the new robots and things like that in order to find that. I'd love you guys to check those out for yourselves and see what you can see. But I do have a few here that I do want to go over that are really important because they affect all versions of the game, whether it be team versus team, cooperative, solo, or however it is that you want to play. First off, on War for Cybertron, you get brand new starter cards here, and these are good for any faction at all. You get, what is it? The amount of, you get 6 bold that would start in your deck, 1 artillery, 1 scout, 1 resupply, and 1 patch. And there's enough of these within the expansion in order to give every player a full starting hand of 10. This, I believe, goes up to 4 players, so you got a whole ton of these and everything. And these are different, even though you're going to get a lot of the same resources that you would get in the starter pack from either in the Autobots one or Rising Darkness for the Decepticons. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff here that is also new. So bold is different. Pay 1 less power the next time you buy a card in your space this turn. Basically, you're spending an Energon in order to reduce the cost of the next card you buy, which is amazing. Artillery is just a long-range ability. Also gives it an additional power when you're confronting a boss. We know Scout gives you move and you can flip card in adjacent space face up. That's the same thing. If you have no Energon, gain 2 Energon. Otherwise, gain 1 Energon. See, that's really cool because regardless of anything, it's always going to give you an Energon. The other one was if you have 3 or less, you gain an Energon. This is if you have none, you get 2. No matter what, as soon as you play Resupply, you get 1, which is awesome. And then you have Patch over here. Oh, my other one came in. Which is your fixing card. This is basically your med bays or anything like that that you would see from your original. Got another little visitor over here. You want to come sit on my lap?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, hop down. Hop down. We'll switch children. What do you think? Oh, yeah. You're going to stay down here with me? You're going to stay down? All right. Okay. Solo run right now. Go. anyway, now that I lost both of my partners in this, let's go into the next card, Reinforcements. This is the generic card that anybody can buy whenever you play the game. Same thing as you would get from like Rise Up and Transform and Roll Out. One of each type. This is a block ability, which I believe the other ones were not blocks. So this is the first one you get from here. You may convert, of course, and then this one actually has an Energon ability. I don't think the other ones did as well. Command or assist. Now, command is a new word here. I'm going to look that up really quickly. Here we go. Command is a keyword like confront and assist. When you see an effect with the word command followed by a colon, such as command +1 power, you know, we get that in there with the basic card as you saw. That effect can be used when taking command of a polity. You may not use that power bonus for any other action, such as to buy it or battle card. So that command gives you a boost when trying to take over cards like this. So these are new types of sites called polities. I hope that's how I'm pronouncing it. They all have a start a turn ability. If this polity is under your faction command, you draw 1 card. Pay 3 power, take command of it, pay 1 more power for each polity under your adversary's. So yeah, so if you were to use command, you would gain that plus power in order to be able to spend it in order to take control over it from your adversary. And basically what it is whoever owns it would actually have one of these symbols on it. So this is actually owned, Praxis here would be owned by the Autobots, or could possibly be owned by the Decepticons, and then at the beginning of every turn, they would get a boost. So again, these are a new type of sites. These would not be shuffled into your deck along with the other sites. This is a completely separate thing here. So what you would do is, like, I think within the first few cards or whatever, you would shuffle in 1 or 2 of them. Once they come up within the matrix, then you're actually fighting over it back and forth to see who would get it under their control. At the end, of course, it's worth victory points. And then, of course, whoever has it in control of it at the beginning of a turn would gain a benefit. There's also 2 new types of damage cards within here, kind of like what we had before with Stasis Lock, T-Cog Jam, and I forget what the third one is. If you wanted to use these, you just shuffle them into the damage deck, which would go onto your character. Otherwise, whenever you play these, they go into play, and then they would be going into your discard pile and everything, and you would shuffle them back in. Blast Wounds, this just goes right into play. Ongoing, oh wow, this stays in play. So this would actually be another one that would attach to your robot whenever you have it in there. Your assists have -1 power for every 2 damage you control. Oh boy. And then Energy Leak goes into play when gained, when gained, go into your discard pile, and then you would shuffle it into your deck, and when you draw it on your turn, play this card before anything else. Lose 1 Energon if you have 2 or more, and then and they both have end of game stats in it, where you lose victory points depending on how many you have in your deck. The problem with victory points now is they don't mean anything in solo mode. But I'm going to get to that in one moment. The last thing I want to talk about are the Ruins, which again is a brand new card that's introduced in War on Cybertron. As stated in the rule book, Ruins are cards that slowly spread their destruction across the Matrix as you battle your adversaries. When an adversary robot is defeated, or even a boss, the space is filled with one of these from the top of the Ruin deck. And basically, if you have too many Ruins in your matrix, the game immediately ends. So if you have all non-destroyed Ruins from the stack in the matrix at the same time, the game immediately ends. So you want to run around and try to remove them in order to be able to clear them out and make space for more cards and everything. And you don't get these continuous ongoing effects. Play +1 move to move onto this space. You cannot teleport onto it because it's a pile of scraps. It's hard to. It has a reveal ability. Characters in this space must move to an adjacent space. You're shifted away, and then you just kind of clear it out. The good thing is, hey, look, you actually get to gain Energon by clearing it out. That's fantastic because Energon is much, much harder to get this time around with the War on Cybertron rule sets and everything. So these are just kind of like a bunch of the newer cards that I wanted to point out that come with the set that do change things around. You got a whole new abilities for starter cards, new damage cards, a new anybody can buy it card, new types of sites, and then of course the new cards, the Ruins, which take the place of destroyed scrap metal in this particular case of the adversaries that you defeat. And actually there is just one more type of card I want to talk about, and that would be the missions. There's a stack of missions that you're going to have in War on Cybertron. You're going to draw 2 at the beginning of the game, and there's different ways for you to cycle them out, drawing another one and then discarding one that you have. You got to watch to see what version of the game you're playing. So mostly these can all pretty much be used in team versus team, but there's only a few of them that can be used in co-op and solo. And basically what these do is at the end of the game, you get yourself victory points Let's see if you play this in your area. And then you also, if any of these are haven't been fulfilled or whatnot by the end of the game, you lose victory points. Even though victory points don't mean anything in co-op and solo play, if you're doing co-op and solo, for every one of these missions, I believe, that you don't have done yet, will increase the health of the bosses in the Matrix. So I think like there's a stack of 8 or 9 missions, and as you go through them, you're going to be completing them, and every one you complete will actually make that boss a little bit weaker. So that's kind of the reason for doing missions in solo and co-op play, in order to be able to weaken your bosses as you go through the game. And all this I'm going to explain a little bit more as I go forward and use this for future game sessions. But I also wanted to show off these particular encounter cards. In the Rising Darkness and the Autobots one, there were encounter cards that I think were specifically targeted towards Autobots and ones for Decepticons. These are more generic. They're really generic. You can actually kind of shuffle all of the encounter cards into one giant deck if you really wanted to, and use them for anybody. Autobots, Decepticons, doesn't really matter. But I just want to show this off. There's a whole new, brand new deck of encounter cards that you can use for any Autobot and any Decepticon you go up against. Last thing I want to talk about are some of the rule changes that came within War on Cybertron. Now, you can always go onto Renegade's website, go onto the page that you would be able to purchase this from, and be able to download the rulebook from there, check it out from the PDFs. This way you can see exactly what I'm seeing. But again, as I kept mentioning, they do a lot when it comes to changing around Energon, and there's stuff that affects solo and cooperative play. I did post this on my community tab already, but I want to go over it again, just so if anybody didn't see the community, you know what's in store. So on page 20 of the rulebook, there's actually cooperative and solo mode rules that you can go by. Special rules, brand new. This is definitely different. No scorekeeping. There are no VP in co-op and solo mode. We knew this. And VP does not convert to Energon as it did in previous sets. This is extremely important because my game with Devastator really heavily relied on me gaining VP from defeating adversaries and everything, and gaining that Energon back. So this way I can keep Devastator in the game. I don't know if this is something that you can kind of choose to do or whatnot, but going forward, I'm going to be following this, where VP does not do convert to Energon. When you gain VP from a card effect or defeating an adversary, ignore the reward and gain nothing instead. I wish that was a little bit different. I wish there was a different way. I wish maybe you could have still acquired VP and traded it in for maybe drawing a card or something like that. Like, there's no point to VP in solo and co-op mode. I get it. You're not doing any victory because you're not going up against anybody. But I wish there was like a resource that it could be used. Use your VP to trade in maybe 2 for an Energon, or 3 to draw a card, or something like that. I think that would have worked out better and would have kept you been able to use VP and maybe even get relics into a solo and co-op mode, because they are very useful to have. And, you know, just they're a card that I'm never going to use because I don't go into solo, I don't go out of solo mode. I really don't do a team versus team or 1v1 or anything like that. All right, next we're going to go a little bit further this way. Hold on, let me find it. Here we are. Spending Energon. We know how you spend Energon. Right here, new rule. You can never control more than 12 Energon. If you control 11 and you gain 2, you only gain 1 instead. If you control 12, you do not gain any. There was never a limit prior to this to how much Energon you could have in your supply. Now you can only have a maximum of 12, which again, with the Clash of the Combiners coming out and with Devastator already out, having a limited amount of Energon to be able to work with would really consider yourself like, are you going to go into combiner mode to be able to take down big adversaries, or are you going to hold on to it in order to be able to change when you need to, convert and, you know, back to team mode or things along that ways? You're going to really need to figure out the best ways in order to spend and save your Energon, simply because you can't go above 12. There actually is one last thing from the rulebook that I want to tell you guys, and I'll just put it up on the screen somewhere over here. I already turned off my overhead camera. And it's about making your main deck, which is great because I have a video already out about how to make it. And this kind of clarifies a lot of that and justifies the way I put things together. Your main deck, before building the Matrix, should always start with 12 Autobots, 12 Decepticons, 16 maneuvers, 16 technologies, 6 relics if you're doing team versus team, 5 sites, not including the 4 policies. There you go. So 4 of them are going to get mixed in at certain intervals. 6 allies and any schemes you want if you're doing co-op play. Also, you would put in any of the opposite faction co-op or any of the opposite faction schemes if you're doing solo mode. These cards should be equally spread across the full range of available costs where applicable. And again, go and watch that video. It'll show you exactly how many of each number you're going to want to put into your deck. So as you shuffle them in, you can do it by random or you can do hand drawn, however you want to do it. Regardless of which cards you choose, using Team or Team and co-op rules, force War on Cybertron as your default rule set, especially if you're playing with missions, ruins, polities, So basically, the rule set here on War on Cybertron for Team versus Team and co-op are going to be your default rules that you're going to use. So anybody out there that has downloaded these rules and whatnot, definitely read them over, check them out. These are what's going to be happening going forward. And, you know, regardless, in order to support the game and keep it going strong and everything, I always recommend getting the new expansions regardless. You got some great characters in it. If you like Autobots, you like Decepticons, you get a little bit of each. The promo pack is really cool. Really, I'm more looking forward to Clash of the Combiners, which is just going to take this to the whole next level. And there you have it, everybody. A really quick, straightforward unboxing of various things that I just wanted to show off that's new and important for War on Cybertron. I wish my buddy had stayed here with me, but, you know, he got places to go, toys to play with, grandmas to see, all that good stuff. But you saw him, you saw my other one, so we're having a good time with them. And eventually, once they get older, maybe I will do a team versus team, me versus them, or we could all co-op together in order to take down either the Autobots or Decepticons. He's a huge Transformer fan. As you can see, he's very excited by all this. So once he gets a little older to be able to understand exactly how really games work, this is going to be something I think the two of us play quite often. So sad having an empty chair here, but like I said, gotta do what you gotta do, right? Anyway, let me know what you think of War on Cybertron. What do you think of all the new stuff that came in the box? Are you going to start using that in your games regularly? Have you used them already, and what do you think about them? You really don't even need this, because remember, this is an expansion. It's a standalone expansion. If you don't have anything at all Transformers deck builders, you can pick this up in order to be able to play a full team versus team game using it. And of course, you can always buy any of the other sets as well in order to add to it, mix and match, give more variety for your game, more variety of characters, and of course, just adding more to it. Is one thing I love about these types of games, is that because you're able to combine everything together, you can just go in and every game is going to be different because you don't know exactly what's going to show up. That means if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the Home Gamer Dad so you don't miss any future Transformers the Deck Builder action, along with any other fun videos I happen to put out for you to enjoy. If you wish to support the channel even further, you can always head on down to the description and check out the super thanks option, which is really like, it's you saying super thanks to me, but really it's me saying super thanks to you guys, because that is an awesome ability to have. And I would thank anybody out there so much, greatly appreciated for the super thanks. You can also head on over to patreon.com/homegamerdad and check out all the tiers that I have available for that. Maybe join the growing Patreon family over there, and you can see all the exclusive stuff, you know, the early videos, multiple votes for voting stuff, exclusive stuff that I'm going to be putting on Patreon sooner than later, all kinds of great things to come for you to enjoy. As always, you guys have been absolutely amazing. Remember, take care of yourselves and each other. We are family forever, gaming together. My partner unfortunately left me before he was able to do the outro as well, but as I said before, planets to save, toys to play with, snacks to eat, all kinds of good stuff like that. So until next time, you guys have a good one, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.